Hi, I'm Irwin. I'm actually majoring in biology. I'm going for a bachelor's of science, and eventually my education degree, so hopefully I'll end up teaching high school. Today I'll be talking about the irukandji, or Carupio barnesi. It's one of the most venomous jellyfish on Earth, and I find it tremendously fascinating, in part because I'm a biology student, and in part because it's really a hardcore organism that I want to share with you all. So, first of all, why am I presenting this? Well, there's a really basic reason in which I'm coming in to do a guest presentation and show off what I can do, and also help you guys get some footage. But more importantly, biology for me is about a sense of wonder, and I think the irukandji is a really good organism to share with people because it is so interesting. So, although I'm not a French underwater explorer like Jacques Cousteau, I will do my best to share the magnificent wonder of this underwater creature of the sea. That's my horrible French accent. So, first of all, how big is the irukandji? As you can see from this picture, it's only a couple centimeters across, about the size of your thumbnail. Now, that's pretty small, and you wouldn't expect it to be too dangerous, but what can this tiny thing do to you? Well, first of all, its sting can kill you in less than 40 minutes. Here's a description from a medical article written in Australia. Because the jellyfish is very small, and the venom is only injected to the tips of the tentacles rather than the entire length, the sting may be barely noticed at first. It has been described as feeling a little more than a mosquito bite. The symptoms, however, gradually become apparent and then more and more intense in the following 5 to 120 minutes, about 30 minutes on average. Irukandji syndrome includes an array of systematic symptoms, including severe headache, backache, muscle pain, chest and abdominal pain, nausea and vomiting, sweating, anxiety, hypertension, increased heart rate, and a buildup of fluid in the lungs, which can lead to death if not treated immediately. One unusual symptom associated with irukandji syndrome is a feeling of impending doom. Patients have actually been seen to beg their doctors to let them die because they're so sure they're going to. Symptoms generally abate in about 4 to 30 hours, but can take up to 2 weeks to actually clear up completely. So, it's a pretty terrible thing to have happen to you, so I imagine you'd like to avoid this. Well, which oceans do you need to avoid? Pretty much all of them. Irukandji syndrome has been reported in Australia, Hawaii, Florida, the French West Indies, Bonaire, the Caribbean, and New Guinea. Irukandji generally are active during the warm summer months, which is generally when most people go swimming. Efforts to control have been made, but one notable attempt by the Japanese Navy actually backfired. What they did is they took razor nets and they dragged them through clouds of millions of irukandji. And as it actually turns out, irukandji has this response to stress that makes them breed even more. So there was a population explosion. And here I'd like to discuss the discovery of it, because this is a really cool story. It's called Carupio barnesi after the guy who discovered it, Jack Barnes, who realized that irukandji syndrome that was becoming more and more common back in the 50s was actually being caused by an organism. So what he did was he went out to the ocean and swam around waiting to get stung. And when he did get stung, he gathered the organism up and then brought it back to shore and called over a lifeguard with his 9-year-old son and stung himself again, and the lifeguard and his son. This guy is really kind of hardcore. All 3 of them ended up in the hospital. I wouldn't recommend actually doing this, but his dedication did get his name on the organism. So, now you know a little bit more about the irukandji. I hope that my presentation was informative, and I hope you all stay out of the dangerous waters of the ocean. I'm Irwin, and I'll see you next time on Horrors of the Deep, because really there's about a lifetime of presentations describing all the ways in which the ocean can kill you.